Hey everyone, I'm here with Robert DeLong, man.
Yo.
Dude, it's been a while, man. How you been?
Great. It's busy.
Out on the road and
yeah,
just
beating up your Gibraltar hardware. Yeah.
In case you guys aren't familiar with Robert, Robert is a songwriter. He plays a ton of instruments. You've got keyboards, you play drums, and you just kind of mix everything on stage, right?
Yeah. It's kind of a wild one-man show with like live looping and a bunch of electronics and singing and playing drums and stuff. So yeah.
So 2 years ago, Robert called me up and wanted to join the Gibraltar family, and he showed me his picture of his rig, and I was like, wow, this is going to be fun. So what he needed to do was, he plays a lot of festivals, and he needs to be able to stand and play and move everything on and off stage very quickly. So we created a kind of, I guess, would you say like a linear type of rack system, and he's made some changes to it. So just kind of give us an idea of what goes where.
Sure thing. Yeah. So starting, I guess, left to right, mounted here, we had a steering wheel.
Yeah, you got a lot of crazy accessories that you use.
Like, for playing driving video games or whatever, which I use to like pitch around my vocals and stuff. We have a drum pad here. This holds my ears rack and a mixer so I can, hear what I'm doing. On here we have a joystick that's mounted. Pretty cool. Gamepad right here. And then I have a custom Livid controller that goes right here. And this is where the keyboard and mouse for controlling my computer that's off stage sits. And then moving on to the percussion rack, we have a snare drum, timbali, rack tom, floor tom, another drum pad over here, some wood blocks, and two 14-inch cymbals.
Now it looks like you've added a couple things.
Oh yeah.
since the last time we worked on this. What additions have you made?
Well, I mean, actually, starting off over here, the first thing we added was this arm to hold the steering wheel, because that was, I think, within a couple months of us doing our thing. I ended up adding that, and then, I mean, we've added these guys, but and then this thing to hold this rack here. It's like an old broken cymbal arm I had it laying around, and then of course we added. I think we only had one wood block when we put this thing together, so I kind of ad hoc through whatever hardware I had to make this work. And then yeah, I mean I added the floor tom and rack tom to the setup and the second drum pad over there.
So why did you choose to make these two separate pieces versus the one piece that we had before?
It was kind of a way to make the stage space make more sense. I have a full regular drum kit that'll be stage left, and so to kind of balance the stage, so it was 3 moments. This is where I spend most of my time, is right here. I wanted to kind of be able to spread things out. It also made it easier for moving things on and off stage to have the 3 separate units. This was all connected to the computers. This is a separate thing.
Creates a bigger live experience.
Right.
Cool. All right, well, you know what? Let's update the stuff that you've added to the kit, and then we're going to build a whole new situation here. Some different pieces compared to what I had.
I remember.
So what we'll do is we're going to replace this clamp with a multi-angle clamp that we have.
Sweet.
But you'll probably end up adding more stuff to it and using that clamp again. This is a legless snare stand, so it telescopes.
Cool.
So you get the length that you had right there. Okay, so we got this. So how do you need that position? Is it in the right spot or?
Pretty close. It's like, weirdly enough, it actually goes like, it has like a little clamp system, so it goes like right on here.
Okay. Why don't we turn it into one of these?
Cool.
So we can use we'll just get a tube and put one of these on, put an RBA on the top, and then we can make it telescope.
Cool.
And you had this pretty much all the way up, right?
Yeah, and honestly, we probably could have used a couple more inches, so.
Oh, this is going to be perfect then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, do you mind if I cut this piece off?
Please do.
Okay.
There's getting, this one, that's height-wise.
It's probably not going to be the height that you...
Right, because, stupid tape. The issue has been when we get them mounted, and I can always flip these mounts so it's like that. Let's see if that is the same. Yeah, I mean, these symbols could be on the very edges, and that would be totally fine.
Okay.
Try to see what the...
Is that gonna work?
Yeah, I'll move this guy
okay,
the
cool.
tiniest bit, but I think it's great. And that was the only one that was an issue, so.
Okay. Marker. Yeah, we got one. Okay, so the way that I've got this right now is it's going to be about 1.5 inches higher. Is that all right?
Fine with me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's when you walked in, and I said, you know, for the time being or whatever it was.
You're worried about that, I guess, wearing down on that little ridge, is tighten it more on this side so that this side is a little bit more on that side so that it's not going to slip out. You know, if it's too far, like if it's too loose on that side and too tight on this side, then you get kind of an angle where you're coming in and it's potential to slide out.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. My little cheater bar idea didn't work. Everything over a little bit.
That's fine.
Does that work?
It's great.
Okay.
That'll be double nice. It's nice to have these, again, I think that actually buys us a little bit more real estate on the...
It'll be a little bit more clean too. It's pretty close to the same height. Okay.
And like I said, I'm probably moving everything up maybe 1/2 inch from where it was.
So you said you want everything to be a little bit higher?
Yeah, though the accessory T-bar won't matter because those are all adjustable height on the actual things.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now we've finished the percussion half of Robert's rig, which is cool. We realized some things that he needed to modify from the first rig, so we were able to account for that. So this gives him the flexibility to be able to accommodate different size drums. And we made a slight modification. We discovered that this piece right here, this T-bar up at the very top that's holding the jam blocks and his cymbals, is extremely heavy right now. And because it's so much higher, if you look at we've got a 36-inch curve bar, and all the weight is extended at the top. We found that because of the way that it was angled, it's angled slightly out forward, it was causing the bottom crossbar to tweak a little bit, and we weren't able to get the stability that we wanted. So in order to lock it in place, what we did was we added a second crossbar, so we made a double-tiered, double-braced side rack right here so that it prevented anything from tweaking. Now we have it braced not only to the bottom tier, but the second tier, which is the upper tier, and everything is locked in place and it's solid, and Robert's going to be very happy.
Took all of our hardware cases and Pelicans and everything, stuffed those in our hotel, and then literally just tied these in the back of our splitter and drove into shows, rolled it out on a ramp, went straight into the show, played the show, rolled it back right into the car, and drove on to the next show. So it really, saved our time a lot, and having it even more robust like this, I think, would make that even more possible. Not that I'm saying people should book me for 3 shows a day, but.